Alright, this is gonna be a controversial one, but time to rank the Girl Scout cookies. I have 8 different boxes here. So this one won't necessarily be painful like some of the other ones have been, like trying 30 fucking lays or whatever. But this is gonna be painful for some of you when you realize the cold, hard truth about which Girl Scout cookies are superior. And by the way, this is law. Whatever I say in this video is law. So let's get some things straight first. First off, apparently there are 2 different bakeries that do Girl Scout cookies. Who the fuck knows this shit? People on Twitter are like, ABC Bakery. What the hell does that mean? I don't know what that means. Calm down, you Girl Scout otaku fuckers. Also, anyone who goes, you have to freeze the cookie before... No. I'm gonna eat the cookies out of the box, and I'm gonna judge them accordingly. Fuck off with that nonsense, even though it's probably pretty good. We are going to just eat the cookies as they are. Now, I know there are region-exclusive Girl Scout cookies. These were the 8 varieties available to me in California when my wife asked the local Girl Scout, hey, give us one of everything. These are the 8 that we received. So no complaining about, but buttery bongs are my absolute favorite. Fuck off with your buttery bongs. They're not here, can't eat them. Probably taste like shit anyway. So I think the fairest way to go about this is let's try them in alphabetical order. That way I can't be influenced by putting ones I might like more over others. So let's start with the Do-si-dos, oatmeal sandwich cookies with peanut butter filling. Have I had these before? I don't know. It's a sandwich cookie. It's got some peanut butter shit in there. All right. It tastes like a Nutter Butter. The oatmeal cookie is not bad. Not as sweet as a Nutter Butter cookie because it's like, I guess, oatmeal. I mean, that's pretty tasty. Let's see if I can try the cream on its own. See what that tastes like. There's not that much, actually. Kind of cakey. The oatmeal has a nice sweetness. These are pretty solid, but they're kind of like on the same level as like a Nutter Butter for me. And I wouldn't go out and buy a box of Nutter Butters and get really excited about it. So it's like I can't get super excited about this cookie even though it's pretty good. So let's see. We'll see where this ranks. Next up is Girl Scout S'mores. It comes in a bag, I guess. Graham sandwich cookies with chocolate and marshmallowy filling. I've never had this. I like how it looks, nice and thick. Look at that filling. That's good, but it's very sweet. Like that marshmallow filling is very sugary. It's pretty decadent. It's like really sweet and thick and creamy. These definitely have more of a wow factor with their sweet, like it's super marshmallowy in your face. But I could probably eat more of these because they're a little more subtle. So I'm gonna have to think about it and probably eat like 10 more of each before I can really decide where they stand. These are good, a little too sweet, a little much, but they do have a more impactful presence in your mouth. All right, now let's try Lemon Ups. Aren't the other ones are like lemonades or something? Crispy lemon cookies baked with inspiring messages to lift your spirits. Wow. I'm gutsy. These are huge, by the way. They smell very much like lemon, or fake lemon. I'm already halfway through this cookie. I'm already bored of it. It's just like a kind of shortbready, lemony cookie. It's not even that lemony. I mean, it's lemony, but smells more lemony than it actually tastes. There's nothing to be excited about with these. Texture-wise, they're fine. They're just kind of like a cookie, like a shortbread cookie. A little grainy, kind of lemony. And that's it. Like, these are easily the worst so far. They're not bad. Like, I can eat them. They don't taste bad. But they're not. There's nothing about this to get me excited. Nothing about this to make me go, man, I can't wait to eat another one. I've eaten one, and I have no real desire to eat another. It felt like eating 2 cookies worth, because it was so big and boring. Here's Samoa's. Crisp cookies with a caramel, coconut, and dark chocolatey stripes. Now, some people are like, ew, I don't like coconut. How about you stop being 5 years old? Coconut's fucking great. Oh, but the texture. The flavor is great. You absolute dunce. Here it is, and it's coconutty glory. So they're very decadent. I mean, it's chocolate, caramel, all covered in, or covering coconut. I really like Samoa's. I've always liked them. But I'm trying to approach this as objectively as possible without letting my past memories get in the way. And I will say, Samoa's, I feel like the cookie is just not crunchy enough. Like, it's a little too soft, and it kind of gets lost within all the other coconut, chocolate, caramel stuff. Flavor-wise, it's great. I mean, it's very, very delicious and rich and decadent and creamy and rich and all that shit. But the cookie just gets lost in there a little bit, which brings it down a bit for me. I like my cookies to have a bit of a texture, like a crunch. This becomes more of like coconut mush in caramel and chocolate, which still tastes delicious, but yeah, there's barely a crunch. Almost feels like it's stale, even though they're not. It's a brand new box. Yeah, I just wish the cookie was a little bit crunchier or something. That would elevate this for me. Otherwise, still, it's a very good cookie. All right, here's Tagalongs. Crispy cookies layered with peanut butter and covered with a chocolatey coating. Look how thick that is. That's how you got that nice peanut butter sort of layer. Those are so fucking good. The cookie is really crunchy with them, and it doesn't lose. You always have that crunch as you're biting through the cookie. The chocolate is so rich, it's creamy. It just kind of sinks into your mouth and coats everything. The peanut butter is very present. Remember Reese's like cookie cups? Like, that was a thing. Those were so good. And these give me the same sort of pleasure. That crunch, the super rich chocolate and peanut butter mixing together, creaminess. It's what Samoas are kind of missing. Samoas need that crunch to cut through. With Tagalongs, it's so fucking rich and crunchy. And God, it's a good-ass cookie. It's a little overwhelming, but it's not as sweet as like the s'mores ones, for example. The s'mores ones are like too like artificially sweet. These just have a nice creamy richness. That's a good-ass cookie. All right, Thin Mints. These are very popular. I mean, I myself also really like them. But let's see how they stack up. Here it is. That's how you get a nice brown cookie. These are still quite good. There's an interesting metric I kind of measure Girl Scout cookies with. It's not only how the cookies taste, but it's also how excited are you to eat more cookies? And can you eat more cookies? Which is why, as I'm thinking about like the Do-si-dos and the Girl Scout s'mores, I think these are gonna beat them because I can eat more of these and I'll be more excited about eating more of these. Whereas with the s'mores ones, I'll get sick of them. And I think that's an important distinction, that even if a cookie tastes really rich and delicious, like say a Tagalong, can I eat a ton of Tagalongs? Probably not. I will eventually get overwhelmed. Whereas a Thin Mint, there's an addictive quality to this that goes, fuck it, give me the whole roll. I can eat a whole roll, and I'm still, it's like they fucking, the mint is like, might be crack or something, I'm not sure. But I think another thing in Thin Mint's favor is that the cookie is very present. It's very crunchy. You never like lose it at all. And there's just enough chocolate that you get that great chocolate mint flavor, but the cookie is still front and center. I think that's why these are so appealing. They got that crunch like a good potato chip almost. And I'm just gonna eat more and more. This, while delicious, it kind of feels like after a point you're just shoveling peanut butter in your mouth, which some people might love, but it's a little much, whereas these have the perfect coating of just enough chocolate to give you the flavor, but let that cookie crunchiness shine through. I don't think I've had these. Toffee-tastic, gluten-free, rich buttery cookies with sweet, crunchy toffee bits. I do like toffee. I like how these look. They got nice toffee bits everywhere. Oh. The texture of these is awful. I get why, because it's gluten-free. But it's not just the gluten-free. So, how can I describe this texture? It's like sand put together to be solid, and as you crunch into, they're just crunchy, grainy bits of sand in your mouth. And then the toffee is like sticky and like hard, so it just kind of feels like it's like stale and sandy and at the same time. It doesn't feel like it's supposed to be that way, and yet it is. Like, the toffee gets stuck to your teeth, and not even in like a good way. It's not gooey, it's just getting in your fucking way of your teeth and gristly, crunchy, sandy bullshit. I get that people need to have gluten-free options, so I respect that this is a choice. But as someone who is fortunate enough to be able to have gluten Fuck this. It's not even just the cookie, it's the toffee is not right. It's like eating caramel-covered sand rock pebble clusters. It's just bad. Feels like I'm chewing on my own fucking teeth. My teeth are shattering and I'm chewing on my teeth. No wonder it only comes in one fucking roll. No one wants to eat more than one roll of this. They eat like two and like, fuck this. Some gravelly ass shit right there. Alright. Finally, trefoils. Just traditional shortbread cookies. Oh, it's the Girl Scout symbol. Okay. It's a shortbread cookie. Not a particularly good one. Grainy, actually. If this is your favorite Girl Scout cookie, you might be the most bland, boring person in the entire universe. I don't understand. These are not even that... I've had much better shortbread cookies. I can't imagine being like, oh boy! Trefoils! Can't wait to eat the blandest cookie in existence! These make the lemon ups just like exciting and vibrant in comparison. One thing I didn't notice about these kind of have like a little glazed layer on the bottom, which actually helps quite a bit. I think it gives it that nice sweetness. Yeah, these are buttery, boring bitches, and these are slightly less boring, slightly sweeter, lemony, and better textured cookies. All right, it's time to rank them. First up, 8th place, Toffee-tastic. Get the fuck out of here. 7th place, trefoils. What is the point of, these have been around for forever, and whenever anyone orders a box of these, it's just like, what a waste of an order. You could have gotten Tagalongs instead. So, 7th place. This is where it gets tricky. I might need to try some of these again. My respect for these has gone higher because of the trefoils, but I'm still gonna give 6th place to the lemon ups. I wouldn't really order these. They're fine. If presented to me, I would gladly eat them. But on their own, they're fine. They're good. They're pretty good. They're pretty decently good. 5th place is gonna go to the Girl Scout s'mores. As I eat these, I realize I'm getting more and more sick of them, but they are good. Like, the filling is a little too sweet, so I can't eat too many of them. In fact, after this one, I think I'm never gonna eat these again. Eaten in moderation, they're pretty decadent, they're a little too sweet. So 5th place, which means that the Do-si-dos are gonna take 4th place, even though overall they're kind of just like slightly better Nutter Butters. They're still good, and I can eat a bunch of these compared to the s'mores ones. These are also ones that'll grow on you. Like, at first you're like, oh, that's pretty good, but as I keep eating these and eating these, I'm enjoying them even more and more. You get a little bit of the salt in there, and like the oatmeal texture is really nice compared to some of these fucking nasty ass, gravelly ass cookies. The texture is actually pretty good. Peanut butter flavor is solid. 4th place. I don't know if I'd order these, but they're still good. They're still solid. 3rd place, and this is a surprise to me, but I'm gonna give it to Samoa's. I think over time, I've realized what I want in a cookie is that crunch. And while Samoa's, I feel like they were maybe crunchier when I was younger. I don't know. They're getting a little too soft, and I want substance there. I want a cookie to rise up beneath all that chocolate and caramel and coconut to withstand that richness and still maintain its integrity. Still really good though. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna eat this whole fucking box, but 3rd place. Which means, okay, now I have to think. These are delicious, but 2nd place goes to Tagalongs. They're really fucking good. They're super rich, but that richness lowers it a bit for me, because eventually it becomes overwhelming on your palate. Still really decadent, really delicious. Highly recommend Tagalongs. They're so fucking good. But number 1, officially, is going to Thin Mints. Again, it's that cookie structure. The crunchiness is there. They're the perfect width, perfect everything, formulated to be the addictive cookie. Like, I could eat maybe 2 more of these, and then I'd start to get fatigued. I could eat this whole fucking box and enjoy it that much all the way through. And for me, that is the criteria for a classic Girl Scout cookie. All right, that was the definitive Girl Scout cookie ranking. I'm sorry if you disagree with them. It doesn't matter, because it is the definitive ranking, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's just how it is. So you'll just have to live the rest of your life accepting that. In the meantime, I've eaten a lot of cookies. But I might have a few more. Bye.